Now that we've created our data elements, let's go ahead and talk about form structures. So a form structure is a grouping or collection of data elements that's used to gather information for a study. These are analogous to case report forms, and form structures are created in the draft state. Data elements can be added or removed, and the form can be modified. Research data can be validated using a draft form structure in the validation tool, but it cannot be uploaded to the database until it is validated. Once the research data is validated using the validation tool and is ready to upload data to the database, you may request publication of the form structure. And published form structures can be used to upload research data via the upload tool. A little bit more on form structures. There are 4 workflow states. I know this is a little hard to see here, but there's draft, awaiting publication, published, and a shared draft. A shared draft is just a group of users that have been given permission to that form. So we'll talk a little bit about what you can do with the form structures. I'm going to go ahead and log into the data dictionary. And when you land in the data dictionary, you see that page for searching form structures. Same way that you can search data elements, you can also search form structures. I searched core, and these core demographics forms popped up. Similar to the data elements, you can also narrow your search using these filters on the side. You can just click the check boxes that you want. If I wanted to see draft form structure, I could only look at those. If you click on a form structure, you can open it, see what might be inside, including the data elements and the change. But what you'll want to do is create a form structure, and you can do that in one way, a couple of ways. One is to create it manually, and the other is to import a form structure, which we'll go over separately. So if I click create, you come to a page like this, similar to data elements. You have the chevrons at the top to guide you to creating a form structure. Now I'm going to create a test form structure. Give it a description, the disease, my form type, not a copyrighted form. I click document. This is where I would highly recommend that you upload a copy of your case report form so that anyone who uses this form can also see that document reference. This is very helpful forward. Once you get to data elements, this is where you add in the data elements that you uploaded or created. So in this main group, typically where you'll put in data elements that your system administration has specified as should be in every form structure that's created. So I put in a group there. Then you can add groups, and then we'll talk about groups as we go through it. So for groups, you'll have to give it a group name, and the number of times. So what this means is that you can have repeatable groups. Repeatable groups mean that data is collected for the same subject a number of different times on the same form. So it could be, for example, data element blood pressure. And your blood pressure is collected on the form for each subject 3 times a day. We want to capture those. This is how, that's an example of how you would use repeatable groups. If you don't know how many times it's going to be repeated, suggested that you select up to and enter a threshold. I'm just going to enter. And what you want to do is add in your data elements. What I'm going to do is add in mine. And add them in the order you check them off on. But that doesn't mean you can't rearrange them once you get here. So if I wanted this 3 to be number 2, I could switch the order that way. This is also where you can change if you want it to be required or optional to be filled out. You can add more, edit the group. I'm going to add another group. And it's going to be same group. And I'm going to add the rest of my data elements. One here. For this one, I want number 2 to be number 1. Number 3 to be number 2. And I'm just going to leave these all as recommended. Click continue. Permissions. This is where you can give other users in the system permission to your form structure. So if you wanted them to be able to add or edit, have them do that here. Read and write is just permission to read, permission to do it, write, changes. There can only be one admin and one owner. They have ability to add permissions, additional permissions to the form structure. I'm going to click continue, and I'm going to finish. So my form structure is done here. What I want to do is talk a little bit about data elements in form structures. GUID should always be a required data element for good or no good. And make sure that you think about your repeatable groups as you go through the form structure. That'll be very important. Now let's go ahead and publish our form structure. Request publication. So it's been submitted, and we'll publish it. I'm going to go to Data Dictionary Administration and manage form structures. And I want to look at draft awaiting publication. This is mine. And I'm going to approve publication. So now it's processing. It's going to be published. And notice that you can export this form structure as a CSV, an XML, or a CSV with sample data. You can also download this data element report, which will show you the data elements that were uploaded and used in this form structure. That comes in a zip file. Pull it up, and it's basically the XLS file you use to create the data element, but it's CSV, so all of that color coding and formatting is stripped out. But if you wanted to use a form structure and wanted to, make sure you knew what was in there and how to fill out your information for each subject, this would be a helpful tool. That's it for form structures. We will talk about importing a form structure next. So importing a form structure is useful when you might have a form structure in another environment that you want to bring over. And we'll talk about that